Hey friends, hey, thank you for tuning in. If you are new to the channel, my name is Simone, your new favorite cash stuffer. If you're not new, then it is just your favorite cash stuffer. In today's video, I am going to be setting up my budget planner with you guys. So I think you guys are going to enjoy this one. I don't know, grab your popcorn, your favorite drink, maybe a coffee or a tea because I'm a tea person, and join me as I plan out my 2026 financial year. I have already done a planner flip through with you guys. If you haven't seen that, just go back to I think my last 2 videos so far. Yeah, let's jump right in. We have our year at a glance. So I will just quickly put down that, and I kind of write on a slant. Let's zoom in a little bit. So I know taxes are due in April, so I'll just put that down. Taxes, and then I need to renew my Costco membership in July. So I know those two. So year at a glance, I know I have 3 more months, file my taxes. In another 3 more months, my Costco is due. Something else is due. I think I have 2 more things, but can't quite put my finger on it, but I will figure it out. Let's go ahead and set up my money routine, and it's pretty much the same thing that I did last year and the year before that, but we're going to do it together. So that's what's special about 2026. So before I jump right into it, let's just go over my 5 money routine. I have a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and annually. We are pretty much at the bottom where I'm doing my quarterly, where I'm resetting everything up. So for my daily money routine, I want to go ahead and check my account balance, or you know what I'll do a little montage, write it all out, and then we'll come back and talk about it. How about that? Okay, so I am all done with my money routine. I am going to just quickly go over them with you guys and kind of tell you what I plan to do throughout the year. So for my daily, I plan to check my account balance, document my transaction, as well as review my bills. This I didn't do very well in 2025, and sometimes I would forget to pay a bill, and we all know what comes with that. Late fees, and late fees mean less money in your pocket, more money in the bill collector's pocket. Do they need it? No, but it is a consequence and a repercussions of like not paying your bills on time. So something that I keep in mind, from scripture, it says a fool and his money shall depart. So if you deal with your money foolishly, it will separate from you. So reviewing your bills is a big one for me. Moving on, weekly, I have pay my bills, which is, it kind of goes hand in hand with reviewing my bills. So pay my bills, review my budget, do a weekly check-in, as well as my sinking funds. Sinking funds are super important. Let me tell you, I have used them and they have come in, my sinking funds have come in clutch for me. I have been short in areas, or I've had an emergency with my car, and even though I didn't want to use sinking funds that wasn't designated for, say, car repair or whatnot, using them put together helped, and it did the job. Okay, on a monthly basis, I want to make sure that I set up my budget, update my sinking funds, and do a end of the month closeout. Kind of it's like accounting, right? So you are your own personal accountant, and you are accounting for all of your money and everything that has to do with your finances. All right, so pretty much that is what a end of the month closeout is. It's pretty much you doing your own personal accounting. Okay, and it is a little bit windy outside, so I apologize if you can hear the wind, but sometimes these obstacles are just in the way of me trying to get stuff done, and we're not gonna let the wind do that, all right? On a quarterly basis, which means every 3 months, I will review my financial goal just to ensure that I'm staying on track, I'm on the right course. If I fall off, what do I need to do to get back on course? I am going to do my quarterly check-in as well as set up some quarterly goals. So at the end of the year, which is the annual, I will set up my budget, which is what I'm doing right now, and set up my new goals, tally my sinking funds, as well as do an annual reflection. And a reflection is something that it's personal to you. You don't have to share them. I'll share like tidbits of my reflection as we go along on this financial journey. Like for example, one reflection that I shared with you guys was me not reviewing my bills, not paying them on time, and then going into scriptures, and it says a fool and his money shall depart. I don't want to be that fool. I do not want to depart from my money. So reflecting helped me to kind of see that. It brought that revelation to me, what I need to do in order to be a better steward of my money. Okay, moving on into the financial goals. I don't mind sharing these with you. I know some may have a little bit of issue with sharing their goals, but I don't. My first financial goal is to be consistent with my savings. That includes saving a certain amount of money per month. That could be like $500. I think what I want to try to do is put at least $200 in towards sinking funds, and then $300 towards savings, and hopefully increase that. But I definitely want to have a set amount that I save on a monthly basis. As I go throughout the book, you'll kind of see how I plan to get there. If you watched the flip through of the book, I have monthly intentions that I want to do, and that is where I will break this bigger goal down into bite-sized pieces. All right, moving on to my second goal. I would love to get ahead of my bills. Let me tell you, 2025 did me wrong. I did myself wrong. To be fair, I have to be accountable for my actions, but this time around, I definitely want to get ahead on my bills, making sure that I'm following my money routine so that I could get ahead on the bills, okay? Because late fees are no joke, and I don't like them. All right, so that includes me paying my bills on time. If you watch my video before, you'll see that I set up like a bills binder. So I definitely want to be 1 month ahead on my bills as well as my utilities. And I also want to reduce any unnecessary subscriptions, so that will kind of play into me staying ahead on my bills. So my third goal is to reduce my debts. All right, so I think we're going strong. One thing that I do plan to use is the snowball method, where I will pay off my smallest debt and kind of roll it down into the bigger one. It was between the avalanche or the snowball method. I feel like the snowball method will kind of give me those incentive, like, whoa, you're doing a good job, and you know, kind of, I guess, stroke the ego a little bit. So that's the plan. All right, I do want to grow my income, so that is my fourth financial goal. I would love to monetize on my skills, hopefully get monetized on YouTube, as well as market my business a little bit more. I feel like I could do a lot better. I mean, 2024 I did amazing with making a decent income off my side hustle, but 2025 was not so good. I barely made any sales, and I really didn't put forth any effort. So I mean, I can't really complain. I didn't really do what I needed to do. All right, but this year the girl's trying to grow her income, so I do plan to go the extra mile. So for my fifth financial goal, I plan to budget with intention. I felt like listen, that's why I'm telling you, this is all reflection. Okay, I'm reflecting as we are going. I plan to budget with intention because sometimes there were months where I didn't even get to my budget until we were 1 week, sometimes 2 weeks into the month, okay? And that is a no-no. We need to make sure the budget is being done at the beginning or at the earliest, you know what I'm saying? Maybe like a day or two into the month, but even at the end of the month, start working on the following month's budget. All right, so being intentional is something that I definitely plan to do, and I already did my money routine, so that will help me with budgeting with intention. For my sixth financial goal, I would like to invest in my future. And pretty much what that looks like is increasing my investment. I've started, 2025. I played around a little bit, and I see where there are so much benefits to invest in. Like pretty much a lot of the investments that I did had dividends, so it paid me out dividends. So that is what I'm going to focus on, things that will pay me dividends, so my money will grow, I will get a dividend and stuff like that. I want to contribute by the end of 2026 3K into my RRSP. So that is my retirement funds, as well as build a generational wealth habit. So that is a part of investing in my future. And my final and seventh goal is to improve my money mindset. So my financial mindset budgeting planner will definitely help me to improve on my money mindset with me working on my goals from a weekly and daily kind of standpoint. I also want to practice more daily financial affirmation, as well as just release those guilt around money mistakes that I've made and just align my spending with my value. So those are the 7 goals that I will be working on for 2026. I don't want to overwhelm myself. If I feel like I need to add more, I will, because there is room to add. Okay, and with adding more goals comes more opportunity to grow financially. On this side of the budgeting planner is my financial overview, and pretty much as I get my income, my expense, my debt, my savings, I will log these. So I need to work on the rest of the book and then come back to this section and fill it out as we go. Now let's do a debt overview. So this is pretty much an overview of all the debts that I will be taking into 2026 with me. All right, so I don't even remember the interest rate. We're just gonna work with what they are and the balance, maybe minimum payments. Let's just get them in there and total it out. All right, so I have my Visa with a balance of $10,124.88. I have a MasterCard, and that one has $2,500 on it. And I have a store MasterCard with $8,000 on it, Flexit. And my Flexit has $866.60, which I think I'm going to focus on paying this one off. MBNA, that one has $1,391.84. All right, so that is my debt for 2026. Let's just go ahead and add it all up and see what I'm working with. All right, so in total, I have $23,347.31 in debt. So I have my debt overview here. Now I'm going to just carry on over. I will add that number. So this is my annual debt payoff goal. So this is what I would like to pay off for 2026. Okay, so $23,347.31. So that's what I am going to track for the annual. So now I'm just going to put all of my bills that I would like to track, and I did kind of break them down into like subscription as well as quarterly and annual bills. But first things first, I'm just going to log it all here and kind of go from there. This will help me to have like an overview of everything. Okay, y'all, so the camera cut off, so I just used that opportunity to kind of write everything down because I was a bit undecisive if I wanted to put everything down on my bills tracker, meaning my subscription and whatnot. So I did go ahead and separated those, so I have all of my bills. I won't put my rent down, but everything else I kind of put it down, more or less the things that are consistent. Everything else pretty much fluctuates, like my electric and things of that nature. My tenant insurance does not. Let me go ahead and just kind of jot that down. What is it again? Yeah, $26.90. So on this side, I just went ahead and put in all of my subscription. For my annual subscription, I'm going to put Costco. And God knows, I forgot. I think it was like 101. I'm just gonna say 130, more or less, for Costco. One of my goal, actually, I didn't put it down at the front, but I think it kind of intertwines with some stuff that I kind of laid out. I want to get to a point where I do my car insurance on an annually basis or even quarterly to just take baby steps, but that is all filled out. So now it's just a matter of going in and filling out all of the debts that I want to pay. So I think I'll do that like off camera. You guys kind of saw how much I owe, so now it's just a matter of me going in and filling out the debt trackers of which debt I'm not sure which one I want to start with, but the one that I want to start with is the one that I want to put on the front page. So that is all that is left to do, followed by my monthly budget, which will be a total different video because I don't want to overwhelm you guys with so much information in one video and make it too long where you don't watch all the way through the video and get the full I guess meat and potatoes of the content. All right, so that is pretty much my setup for 2026, and I'll just kind of go back and see if I have anything else that I want to put at a glance. And this section is pretty much whatever will cost you money, whether it's birthdays, whatever you want to do. I don't mind sharing taxes are due in April because I think more or less if you live in the US or Canada, taxes are due in either March, April. Not business taxes, but like your regular taxes. And then I have my Costco that is due. So my binder is set up. I'm pretty much ready. All I need to do is my budget. All right, so if you got this far into the video, just drop me a pink heart. All right, and best of luck to everyone on their financial journey in 2026. Until next time, bye.